Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is I, the one, the only Hidden Flame, and we just wrapped up the semifinals. Now, as you may have noticed, I have the full bracket here so far. This week we had Akira Tozawa versus Grand Metalik, Zack Sabre Jr. versus Noam Dar, Brian Kendrick versus Kota Ibushi, and TJ Perkins versus Rich Swann. Okay, last time, I also mentioned that Akira Tozawa was going to go over Grand Metalik, Noam Dar over Zack Sabre Jr., TJ Perkins over Rich Swann, and Kota Ibushi over Brian Kendrick. So, with me going 2 for 2, I'm going to start with the first match here, Akira Tozawa versus Grand Metalik. So, first off, this match I knew was going to be a very high flying, very fast paced, very agile match. We saw about 4 different dives to the outside. Uh, we saw a lot of top rope moves. We also saw a lot of springboards, drop kicks. I even saw a buzzsaw kick once or twice. And while Grand Metalik was playing his role correctly, it looked like Akira Tozawa changed his role and started acting more like a heavyweight and started doing punches, started doing kicks. And one thing in this match that really just made me feel in pain was a lot of the slaps to the chest. So many eyes started to hurt. Now, there was like the spot of this match was there was a hurricanrana that okay, no. It wasn't the hurricanrana. It was Tozawa went to the top rope to do a move, and Metalik crotched Tozawa. And then from that move, from the top rope, or the top turnbuckle, did a hurricanrana on Tozawa and got what is called a 2.9 pin, where like at the very last second he kicks out. And there was the winner though was Grand Metalik as he went and he kicked out of that deadlift back suplex that Tozawa likes to do and went for a Metalik driver to get the win. We're going to go counterclockwise here. And we're going to go with Zack Sabre Jr. versus Noah. Now, I am actually pretty interested in technical matches. While most of them are boring and slow, seeing the cruiserweights do it is actually a pretty good thing. I was expecting like a Dean Malenko versus Chris Benoit, which we saw back in WCW a couple times. So, first off, the targets of the night were Noam Dar going after Zack Sabre's arm, while Zack Sabre was going after Noam. No, Dar was going after Sabre's leg. Sabre was going after Dar's arm. This started with a chain set of pins. One person would get a pin, kick out, lead to another pin, kick out, lead to another pin. But once the match actually started going and got more aggressive, we got a lot more suplexes from the two. There was a lot of drop kicks from Dar to Sabre's knees, a lot of arm drags, arm bars, and just mainly Sabre attacking Dar's arm most of the match. Now, there was a set of moves where Zack Sabre reversed the champagne super knee bar that one with a pin and one with just a rollout. So I thought he was going to win there. But then as the match slowly progressed, it seemed like Zack's arm was getting Zack's knee was getting more and more damaged, while Dar's arm was getting more and more damaged. But from what I saw throughout this entire match, it was actually pretty good. A lot of submissions, a lot of speed and high flying, as you would expect from cruiserweights. But the spot of the night was a spike, which is the one opponent attacks another opponent from the top rope, landing feet on uh, your opponent. But this one went from Noam Dar to Zack Saber's knee, which led to an attempt for a third knee bar. Uh, but Saber got to the ropes, or almost got to the ropes. Noam Dar started taunting, locked it in a fourth time, which made Saber roll out of the ring. And it seemed that Saber injured his arm when they both hit the ground. The ref checked on them both. They were both fine, and it almost went to a 10 count for both of them. But as the match closed, Zack Saber tried for his knee bar again, but it was countered into this weird. I don't even know it has a name, but this is the second time I've seen it in this match, where the guy gets his arms put behind him, and it looks like the arms get dislocated. But Saber didn't use his arms to do this. He used his legs, which made it look like he dislocated Noam Dar's arms, and Dar tapped out pretty quick after that. So Noam Dar lost this match. Okay, the next match we had TJ Perkins versus Rich Swann. Now, for those of you who've been keeping score, Rich Swann was the final WWE guy in this tournament. For those of you who don't know, Tajiri was was a former WWE star. Then we had Brian Kendrick, who was another WWE star. We had what is it? Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. They are both WWE stars. But in this round, it was just Kendrick and Swann. Now, as I said throughout the whole thing, this whole fourth bracket, I just wasn't really a fan of. The Johnny Gargano matches were actually pretty good, but they didn't really get my attention unless Gargano was the one in the match. But when he lost to Perkins, it's just like, eh. And I was sort of right. This match, while it was fun to watch, it just didn't seem like it was scripted well. Because early on, Rich Swann injured his knee. So Perkins immediately jumped on that and just started attacking it as he kept going. So it made Swann have to change his game and go to a more aggressive, a more forceful style. Now, it started off with what seemed like some kind of a dance-off. Rich Swann started dancing. Perkins countered a dance, which made Rich Swann get upset. Then we had, when Rich Swann got the advantage and broke free, he started dancing, doing some dabbing, that weird thing with you put your head in your arm. I don't understand what that is. I'm too old to understand the dancing of the new generation. But it pissed off, and the match got really aggressive. There was lots of high flying, which did lead to Swann tweaking his knee on the outside. He kept trying to go for it and go for high flies, his speed moves. He couldn't get his standing, what is it, that backflip splash? I think it's the 450. I can't remember at the top of my head what it's called. Just because his knee was injured. Swann, when he gets like in a Hurricanrana or Frankenstein, he usually hits his and gets on his lands on his feet, but not this time, as he buckled it as he hit the mat. But he did a burst of strength or speed or whatever it's called, and did one of his own. But it was because of the knee and Perkins hitting a knee bar that he had to tap out. So we lost the WWE guy in this round. But what I noticed at the very end of the match, the moment Swan started tapping, Perkins released the knee bar and went to check on Swan like immediately. It was like bell rang, Perkins was there. So it's always good to see the stars show a little bit of sportsmanship. Now, to the final match I'm going to talk about. And I don't know how I feel about WWE after this match. Now, don't get me wrong. This match was phenomenal. But there was one thing that happened in this match that it's just hard to explain unless you're a die-hard wrestling fan. So let's start from the beginning here. Brian Kendrick comes out, tries to get Ibushi outside the ring. Didn't work. He almost gets counted out. But first attempt for Kendrick failed. But the first spot of the night, there are plenty. We had the Golden Triangle Moonsault from Ibushi outside the ring to Kendrick. Then we had I'm trying to explain it. It's just difficult to explain how that move works. Kendrick, though, was on the outside after the suplex, somehow tried to get Kota Ibushi's leg stuck in the railing, the metal guard railing, which seems rather stupid because those things are easy to get out of. But again, that failed. Count-out victory failed. So in comes Ibushi's kicks, and they look like they hurt. There was multiple kicks to Kendrick's chest and sternum, and the best way I can explain to anyone who does not watch his kicks, think of Ric Flair's chops, but with his feet. Okay, the second spot of the night was Brian Kendrick brought out sliced bread number 2. That was his old finisher back in his WWE days. And it wasn't enough. There was a German suplex. Now, this suplex reminds me of what Cesaro did with his vertical suplexes, when he would be on the top rope and somehow vertically get a vertical suplex from a person standing on the apron into the ring. But this time, it was, I want to say it was Ibushi, did the German suplex with Kendrick standing on the outside of the ring apron, on the ring apron. And he somehow got him into the ring with the suplex, which made the crowd chant their holy shit, and it was a really great spot. Next, we had Kendrick going for his bully choke, which didn't work. Kota broke out of it. Then Kota Ibushi tried for a Phoenix Splash. Again, Kendrick moved, tried a bully choke, which didn't work again. And then Kendrick got countered, and Kendrick got a pin. Um, Wait, to counter. No, hang on. Sorry. It didn't get the pin just yet. Um, it was a roundhouse kick into the Shining Star Power Bomb, or whatever Ibushi calls it, which is pretty much just the last ride, um, to get the win. So now for the issue with this match.
No! Argentine backbreaker rack! Oh my God! Burning hammer! Right to the neck, covered now! Burning hammer by Kendrick! Oh, and a boost!
Now, what I just showed you there was the burning hammer. This is a move that's only been used about 7 or 8 times since its creation. The burning hammer is one of those moves you do not kick out of. It's just to the point where, if done wrong, you could kill a person with this move. It's like the buzzsaw kick, it's like the 450 splash, it's like the pile driver. You can end not only careers, but you can end lives with this thing. And having Kota Ibushi kick out of it means it is the first televised time that it's been the move has been kicked out of, because you're literally dropping a man on his head using his body as a weight. And I am really pissed off at WWE for doing this. This was a move that has been just a game stopper. You use it, you win. Simple as that. But no, WWE told Ibushi, you have to kick out of it. And don't give me none of that bullshit about Kota Ibushi saying that Kendrick was a gaijin, so he didn't do it correctly. No. You hit the burning hammer, you lose. Or you win. Simple as that. So, I'm just going to say it right now. I'm going to have Kota Ibushi win this tournament. Because they are making him out to be freaking John Cena, Roman Reigns, Hulk Hogan, whatever. A man who never loses. No matter what you throw at him, he will always win. So, I'm not going to even tell you who I think is going to win the finals, because it doesn't really matter. Because Kota Ibushi is winning. But just for shits and giggles, I say Metalik's going to go over Sabre, and Ibushi's going to go over Perkins, and the two of them are going to fight with Ibushi winning. As I had said in my original set. So you don't kick out of the burning hammer ever. And I hope WWE realizes their mistake in this matter. So well, sorry, I just had to go and mention that. So everybody, I want to thank you all for watching. Please go ahead, like, subscribe, share this video, and go ahead and leave a comment of what you feel about Kota Ibushi kicking out of the burning hammer. And I will see you guys next week as they are doing the finals, and I will give you guys a rundown of the final 3 matches and who wins the tournament. Until next time, guys, have a great one.